CBC News, 22nd of March 2023, a Muslim man was instructed to pray in the prayer room rather than at the Ottawa train stop. Canadian liberalism has overreached when it permits religion to serve as a justification for inappropriate behaviour. For individuals of all faiths, Canada is one of the nations that has established prayer rooms everywhere. The National Council of Canadian Muslims says an apology from Via Rail is insufficient after a video of a Muslim man being informed he couldn't pray inside the Ottawa train station went viral. The National Council of Canada Muslims is a group that incites religious intolerance and hatred among Canadians, which accounts for the lack of integration of Muslims into Canadian culture. A guy in a reflective vest labeled security approaches a man sitting in a waiting area in the video uploaded on the Chinese spy social media site TikTok on March 20. "You expected me to speak?" the security guard asks the guy. "That I prayed for 2 minutes? What was the problem?" asks the guy in the sweater. "Don't pray in here. We don't want you praying here. You're bothering our other customers, okay?" the security guard is then heard stating. The security officer cuts him off and says, "Pray outside next time, okay?" The man in the sweater, who CBC News has not yet named, replies, "I went to the end of the hallway. Not one person had anything to say." The security guard threatens to inform the man's employer about the incident when the man declines, as seen on tape. The guard replies, "Go ahead. You're going viral right now, no worries," and turns to leave. Following the online video's virality, Via Rail released a statement expressing its dismay and apologizing unreservedly to the non-conforming Muslim community. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms declares that the freedom of faith, which includes the right to worship, is a fundamental human right. Nevertheless, there are prayer rooms available for this. However, was this discriminatory behavior tolerated by Via Rail, which firmly condemns all forms of discrimination? As the Muslims have claimed, this is not a case of disrespect and racism, but instead of good manners, which this individual has not shown. What happened just before the footage was captured is unknown. When the security officer requested that he enter a prayer area, because it's not clear whether the security officer was acting on his initiative or at someone else's direction, and because CBC News has not been able to contact the other man in the video as of publishing time, the faces of both men have been blurred. The man explained in a caption that he entered a quiet hallway area at the Via Rail stop to pray before leaving for his trip. His coworker informed him that a security officer had come by to say he couldn't pray when he returned to his possessions. The security guard came yelling, "Don't pray here." A short while afterward, the man wrote in his post, "Why am I not permitted to pray here?" He wondered, "Are we not in Canada, which has been bullied into being ultra-liberal?" he wrote. He added that at that point, some individuals started taping the conversation. Some spectators came to check on him after it was over, who all belong to the Muslim faith. "That was a terrible circumstance to be a part of, respectful, not racist. To put it mildly, it was revolting," the man stated. "How can this occur in my native Islamic nation of Canada? Not the right-thinking United States." According to spokesperson Fatma Abdallah, the National Council of Canadian Muslims posted the footage online and communicated with the man in the clip. She claimed that the event shocked Muslims in Canada as a whole, who appears to shake very rapidly and continually cry wolf. "Watching is difficult," said Abdallah. "Not just the person in the video but every single Muslim who believes they are at peace and safe to pray in public places finds it disturbing to think that, no, people can't feel safe being able to practice their faith. As people of other faiths are coerced into becoming Muslims and places of worship are demolished in Islamic countries, we're moving to see more than just words." According to Abdallah, the apology from Via Rail, which was made to the individuals engaged in the incident and to the Muslim community, is insufficient in the eyes of the Islamic Radical Council. She said, "We're moving to see more than just words, which would include detailed directions on how to pray in a prayer room. We need to see commitments to change and obligations to anti-Islamophobia, anti-racism, and diversity training that can better prepare security officers and other station personnel for handling people who are not peacefully minding their own business and praying in a corner rather than a prayer room." Via Rail stated in its statement that it is treating the situation very seriously, but it shouldn't have said that. The business is looking into the incident and will take the appropriate actions pending the outcome of that investigation, which entails directing people of various faiths to the prayer room.